Alex here with Habitat Vans. Today we've got a tour for you of our latest build. Check this video out here for a previous tour of this van in its first stage. Sometimes it makes a lot of sense to do a two-stage build. The first stage is our foundation system, which you'll see in this previous video. And then stage 2 is the design of the interior and the build out of the furniture. The reason we do it that way is it allows the client to go off, actually use the van and really feel out what they need and what they want inside. That means they don't have to make those decisions all up front. They get to live with the van for a bit. It's also a great way to split the budget of the van build across 6 to 8 months, rather than having a huge cost come in all up front. So starting on the outside of this van, the first thing you see here above the door is the rigid scene light. This has become a super popular option with us. It just gives you that immediate lighting outside the door as you're setting up camp. Switch is right here, easily accessible from the outside and the inside. Moving into the van now, from the outside, you have this easily accessible cubby storage that's built into the end of the kitchen. We've included some bungee in that to hold any smaller items that might easily roll out in place. So this storage, easily accessible from the outside and goes right through inside and outside. So coming into the van, first thing we see is this seat. So this is the hide and go seat. Really nice piece of equipment. So seats 2 people in belted positions. So space here between the seat with the kitchen counter here, designed at 45 degrees so you can slide through. But the best feature of this is when you're at camp, super easy, couple levers, and the whole thing just folds up and gets completely out of the way. So now we're set up for camp, we've got plenty of space to move around without the restriction of a fixed seat. The seat itself is also mounted with an aluminum plate in the floor, so we've maintained the correct height for the seat rather than sinking it down. And it's just a number of bolts here, so if we ever want to get this completely out of the way in the future, maybe we want to change some layouts in the van, we decide actually we don't need extra seating, it's just a case of unbolting the seat, and all we have left is four small holes in the floor, and ultimately a cabinet would then cover that up. So to fold the seat down, we're just holding that lever open, and then it's clipping in place. We push this one again to lift her up, and then we've got a place to sit. There is a swivel, 2 swivels actually on the front here, and just over here we have a normal 120 volt outlet, and above that is a high power delivery USB-C. So this will work for most modern laptops, MacBooks, newer Windows laptops. You can turn that on and off from there as well. Seat swivels that come spec'd on the van. So now we've got a little seating area for 3 with this one swiveled as well. That can be for 4. We can do that slightly off angle if we like. So with a little table here, we can actually sit 4 people, get some work done, have some dinner. Okay, so on the driver's side of this van is our first unit. It's a small little kitchen unit here, just a couple of drawers in the top for storage. And then at the bottom here, we have our toilet drawer. So this is a heavy duty drawer. The client actually doesn't have a specific toilet yet, so we've made this work with the cuddy or the Thetford toilet. And we've ran a little power cable into there should they need it for any ventilation in the future. This locks out and is really strong and can hold more than one person's weight. It's designed in a way that the bottom actually flexes down a bit to touch the floor, so that when you sit on it, your weight's actually distributed through the front of the drawer as well. We look over to the other side. This is our new kitchen unit, so a small unit with a 45 made specifically to work with a seat in this position. Quite simple, this unit. We've got the sink here, Techvan sink. We can spray on the outside, and we can even shower out there. This extends quite far, and then it drops down. That's our little control for hot and cold and on and off. On top of here is a matching Corian countertop, so it gives you chopping space as well. And then finally, inside here, is our grey water tank and the level gauge. This little button down here turns on and off the water pump. This is a shorter version of our 3-module cabinet, typically comes out to about here. Our client wanted the L-track in the ceiling, so we've made some modifications to this cabinet design to fit with the L-track. You can see how it's mounted up here. Tap off any fixtures and fittings that don't look so nice with custom printed parts. It's just a really good, robust storage system. Soon we'll be releasing a lot of these cabinets you see in the van on our website, available as flat pack or pre-assembled for your own van build at home or for our foundation kit. We're looking in the back of the van now, under the bed. Really easy to access lighting system here with a little LED strip just hidden up there. And then on this side we have our water cabinet, and on the left here we have our electrical cabinet. On this van there's a tank underneath, so we've been able to steal back a lot of the storage space that would usually be taken up by water tanks and things like that on this side. And on here the customer's actually gone with a all-in-one battery system, and we've managed to make that really compact too. The fronts of our cabinets pop off really easily on latches, so this makes maintenance super simple. If we ever need to actually get in here and check anything, we can remove the whole panel. Here we have the EcoFlow Delta Pro. We've used EcoFlow's hold down system that's actually for the 5 kilowatt independence kit battery, so super strong, really solid mounting here, all through aluminum brackets, all tied down to the floor and to the back wall of this cabinet. The back wall of this cabinet is actually tied directly into the van chassis as well, so really strong mounting. Up here we have our DC to DC, so this gives us really fast charging off of the alternator, which isn't normally available for this battery. And then we take our distribution down through here. We use this area to store extra wires, so when we wire up the vans we always run extra wire for future use. If we want to change the layout, we want to have a fridge up the front rather than at the back in this case, you know, adding any accessories later becomes really easy. And we tuck those extras in here. So on the water side now, we're just pulling this front off. In all of these, we do actually have an option to screw in the front if we want a bit of a better hold. Maybe we're going to lean something heavier or store something heavier in here. So we do have the option to make that even more secure, and then it's easy to open that with an Allen key. Our plumbing system in here, so we've got the Camplux water heater, and then our water tanks underneath. So it's a really compact system in here, just really well thought out, really well put together. Allows us to use a tiny amount of space in this back cabinet. So up here we're running our lines hot and cold through to our shower system, which lives back here. Back here on the water cabinet we have an aqua filler. So this is a pressurized fill system. Really quickly fills the tank. It doesn't matter if your van is level or not. Really easy, quick way to fill it. And then on the bottom is the Sobo shower system. There's a little adapter that goes in there and a shower head. Keeps everything really nice and compact. Gives you hot and cold temperature control as well. And then looking up here, we have a 12 volt outlet. This is connected to the van battery itself, so the Ford battery. And then over this side is our 120 volt outlet. And this is connected to the EcoFlow or our house battery system. Foundation kit in this van, the customer spec'd the usual ceiling lighting, so the foundation kit includes that. That's controlled here by these tactile dimmers. They're a push button on and off, and we can dim the front and the back really easily. Over here in our nooks, we have a little ultrasonic sensor behind our logo, so we can hold and dim that, and we can tap to turn on and off. It has memory as well, so it'll come back on at the brightness setting that you previously had. And then we have the same up here, so another accent light in our front window nook. And then if we turn all these off, this customer is actually using this van as a daily driver, so picking up groceries, things like that. We don't want to have to come into the van and turn those lights on and off, so we've actually got a light bar up here at the front. which comes on when we open the side door. This is ran off the van battery, so it uses the same kind of rules as the rest of the lights and the power systems in the van. So this will shut itself down after a set period of time to make sure we preserve the starter battery. If we don't want that to come on because we're at camp, there's a little button up here. So we just press that to turn it off, and that isolates it. One of the things we're pretty proud of on this build is our new nook here for the door. Most sliding doors in van builds tend to get left either just raw as metal, or they'll use a thin kind of plywood and just doesn't feel super strong. So we've developed our nook system specifically for the AM Auto window, and we're really happy with how it's come out.